Here goes nothing. Now, can I see this? Perfect. What's up? Let's try this. Can you hear me? Cool. Never done this before, so I don't really know how to do this, but seems to be working. So, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? I was trying to work on some, what's it called? Ruling pen calligraphy. So I was trying to shave down a pilot parallel to make it write all hardcore. It's not a huge success, but it's something. I like you too. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I can't read Arabic. I apologize. Do some copper plate. Okay. My wife is a little better at that, but we can see what we can do. Get some good paper out. Tariq, how's it going? Just need some ink. You guys staying home? Staying safe? I figured I was messing around with some calligraphy stuff, so I might as well just stream it. Maybe I should get some music too, or is that like against copyright? I don't know. Geez, I am out of practice. The problem when you keep switching between styles, you end up not very good at all of them or any of them. But at least you get the taste of all of them. So it's probably best if you just pick an alphabet and just go with it. Because I just keep trying new ones and then you just Forget about the old ones. This is old ink too. Wow. I think I'm just doing modern. So I should probably get out my practice sheets. Oh. Name and I'm looking at the chat now. How many fonts do I know? Oh boy. Off by heart. And I mix them up. I don't know, quite as many as I can find, I try to mess around with. So let's say 30 on a good day, but in my head right now, 2. It just like if I was gonna make a video, I kind of like mess around with that specific alphabet, and then I do it. So it's like fresh in my head, and I obviously do a little better. But yeah, when you're out of practice, yeah, you definitely need to get the old practice sheets out. Is this clear, or is this fuzzy, or is it just my internet? Because I'm H. Can you write my name, Tariq? I can try to do that. Like pointed pen, Tariq, pointed pen, black letter. Something I'm a little better at. Name and signature. Oh, I missed that. M. Atif writer. Name and signature of. Oh, is that your request? I think. Something I wanted to just try is do like a combination of both black letter and no, it's my ruling pen. Does this have ink in it? How much is the question? Not too much, but it'll do. There's something on my table. Tariq. I don't know how to do. Is that too shiny? Lots of options here. Let's get a copper plate. Do I have a Flex Nib fountain pen? I currently do not. I really should. And you're 100% right. Like my fountain pen collection is basically just one somebody sent me for a video who ended up disappearing after that, and then but I have a tiny brush pen, which is kind of like that. Should probably get some color in this. I think I have a red somewhere around here. Nope, that is the same one I was just using. What do you guys think of ruling pens? I made one on the channel a while ago, and then I bought one, and then I'm not super satisfied with them. I was gonna make a video on it, but I think that actually may be the one I'll be working on next. But it's like they look kind of cool, and you can't really get it to look like this anywhere else. But you're basically just writing brush pen. And there's no official alphabet, so then I thought it was weird to try to teach it. But you can make it, and there's a video on my channel somewhere that shows how to make one out of an aluminum can, wherever that went. I thought I put it in here. I guess not. There's the other one. Okay, I may have thrown it out. So fracture. Sure. My version of fracture, or I guess there's so many different versions, who knows what the right one is anymore. What color? Because I think I have a whole bunch. I just need to get to it. Should I make a video on fracture on my channel? I'm working on a practice sheet for it. It's just been busy. That's too big. I'll just use Pilot. And then I need let's try black and blue mix. Now I need some sort of little dish I can use for the time being. Why is nothing where it needs to be? Panic. Okay. Well, I thought I had an eyedropper so I could like transfer it. That's a pain. Sure, this will do. Try this, even though I bought like a case of 5, and then, well, some time ago. Whatever. So do you guys do calligraphy too? Or is it just a passing interest, something you like watching? Last name, let's go. That's my wife's last name. The thing with fracture, you don't stay consistent. Where else? Where else? At a certain point, adding too many things makes it too edgy, and that's a problem. But I think that's okay. Need some balance because there's too much here and not enough over here, but then there's no like extending strokes I could just add to. And that's my bad. Should have planned ahead. Oh well. What do you think? And also, how do you pronounce? I know it's like Nguyen, but I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't want to say it too wrong. Let's see. What now, folks? Oh, like foam. Oh, okay. So I'm working on a practice sheet set for something I'm calling Dragon Font or Script or something along that line, name in progress. And it looks a little like this. It's phone, but with the awe and awesome in the ending. So, like, four could be very wrong there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Four. Close enough. Thanks for giving me a break. My wife is Vietnamese, so I should probably know this, but I do not. Well, she won't teach me, but that's besides the point. Dragon. Yeah, so I'm working on some sort of font, something like this, and gonna make a practice sheet for it. So hopefully that turns out, because I don't have any premium practice sheets for black letter, but it just takes a long time to work in Illustrator. And then the weird thing is my S is like, I'm not sure if it's really legible. Like, would you automatically assume that's an S? You know what? I'm not sure I like the capital like that. It's probably better to be like, maybe that's harder to read. Let's go back to something I wanted to. I might even make something for this too, but if you just go back and forth, alternating between. Oh no, wait, it has to be a. Ooh, not this one. Oh, whatever. Don't like this brush pattern. Ah, there's the big bag of brush pens. Let's try that again. Unfortunately, they're not the same color. What's everyone doing today? Staying inside? Good idea. Shoot. Oh, I just hit the camera with my forehead. Bam, bam. What's up? Never mind. Right here. There's certain letters that do not lend to this style very well. S is one of them. Hello, Catherine Murderstone. Oh my gosh. Murderstone. Sweet name. What have I done? Lack of pre-planning, but we're getting there. Yeah, it's kind of a fun little concept. Get some good practice in. Go back and forth. Sticking to my art paper or craft mat. Put that up there. Let's get another one. A couple maybe. We should have a couple colors going. What now? Orange maybe? Sure. I need a paper towel. Oop, did not dry it nearly enough. And I'm off camera. Thanks, Foa. Oopsies. I still don't have the hang of this one. That's why I haven't made a video on it yet, but because like it's like you write like a brush pen, kinda, but like with this weird uneven surface, and it's very strange. Like you do your upstroke, and then like your downstroke's like really fast, or else it'll bleed everywhere. But then also there's a risk of, I'm writing the word consistent because it's never consistent, this one. And then the more like angled down, the more like thick, but then kind of hurts your wrist. Never consistent. Seriously, I don't know how to properly do that one, but it's fun. I tried to make one out of a pilot parallel. Didn't quite work, but it's kind of there. Let's see if I can find it. Nope. And it if you make it out of a pop can, it's really sharp. Arts online somewhere on my YouTube that you make one out of a pop can that is really sharp, but I think it has better results than this. If you want all the scratchiness of it, unless I get some thicker paper, like some watercolor paper, that might be a little better for this. Might lend itself a little better for this kind of writing than the smooth, what's it called? Rhodia dot pad. Like this might bleed a little bit more. Actually, what am I writing? Just do the alphabet. It's a good. See, then you get those nice little, like, I don't know, fuzzy edges. And over on itself. Yeah, this is better paper for it because it kind of gives it a little bit more of a texture. Because the paper itself is you get these little tails if you want. And then curves are the hardest, I think, to stay consistent because you're like shifting it from here to here as well as moving it on a curve. So it's a little strange and a little strenuous on the wrist, but it's all right. Hopefully this doesn't sound awful on the camera. I have no idea. And I can stop anytime. There's a little curve. And I don't know if this is really calligraphy. Like, I guess it is, because people on Instagram showed me it, but it's not particularly beautiful, which is the definition of calligraphy, but I like the look. Like, looks hardcore, or like something rough around the edges. Oops, I just made no. Let's try that again. Showing a little bit of a curve. That's a good, oh. Hopefully it dries relatively quick and then I can do another layer on top of it, but it's not that quick. Doesn't look, it looks not bad. Let's see if I can find my tiny itty bitty pilot parallel with a bladed tip. Or did I drop it? Where did I put it? Had it at the beginning of the stream, and now it's gone forever. It's only been 20 minutes, but I did lose it, so sounds about right. Hey, there it is. So I made this tiny blade out of a pilot parallel by sanding it down with sandpaper. I think I need to mess around with it before I make like a video on it, but it's starting to work. It's just almost too tiny to really see. Oh, I need more ink. And it also gets really gummed up in here. So if you ever buy a pilot parallel, don't lose this thing. I have, but then I bought another one, so then it was okay. It just cleans out like a floss or something. But then this may be too small. Oh man. Like this is like hardcore edges. Like this is edgy beyond belief. And then the more, I gotta work on this, but like it writes interesting. I just kind of like the big blue one better personally, but maybe it's something just you get used to. That's not drying anytime soon. Some more. Would is ink work for such calligraphy? Is ink? I might just have to Google that real quick. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a brand of ink. I just need to know if it is. It's a pigment. Okay. Pigmented ink is no good. For it to go in here, it'll get gummed up and then it will cease to work. You definitely want. I use these Ecoline watercolor inks. They're very. I forget the term. It's not pigment. It's like a dissolved ink. 1 second. Let me just Google something else. Oh well, I can't find it. But Is ink is pigmented, which is more like an acrylic ink, which I bought these forever ago, and I didn't know that you can't use it for these. It will go in, and once you like, it'll be good for when you use it, and then the second you like put it down and like a couple days later you come back, it won't work anymore unless you like boil some water maybe and put it through, but either way it probably won't be the same. But like acrylic ink would be good for like just a dip one. Like you can clean this off no problem. It's not a big deal. Yeah, but for anything that you fill up, it's probably not good. But I do normally refill the pilot parallel with Ecoline watercolor inks. It's much better for, well, cost obviously, because you go through these things very quickly. Little cartridges. Like, it's pretty gritty. I don't know. I think it's either you love it or you hate it, sort of thing. But yeah, I wouldn't put anything besides Ecoline or the Pilot Parallel in it. I haven't found another ink that's better. Everything's on my website, calligraphy.com. Plug. Shameless. Like, let's see what this acrylics ink. I have not really used it since like I bought it because I wanted to use it for the Pilot Parallel. Put this. Ooh, and it like fades. It's pretty cool. I don't know what I'm writing either. I guess that rugged field with the oblique pen. Oblique pen. Oh, yeah, you could write with that too, actually. I should probably show that too. The oblique pen would also work, yep. You just have to make sure that you clean it off. Like this, any dip pen will work. Oopsie. I'm having a tough time placing this somewhere without it like getting ink all over everything. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, so the oblique would work too. Again, this maybe not the best ink because it's kind of like mostly clear, but it could work. Let's see. It might be kind of small on the screen too. Oh, this is all gummed up again. See, I didn't clean it last time I used it. You should always do that, but doing it live. Yeah, so this will work fine. It's just as long as you remember to clean it off. And it looks nice. It looks nice. Because you can get better colors out of, what is it called? Pigmented inks. And that's why but Ecoline as well. Just, won't clog up your Pilot. So yeah, I would use this. What am I rating? Any suggestions? Otherwise, I just will just start going alphabetical. Apparently, there's still some black ink on this. Oopsies. Hopefully you can't hear my upstairs neighbors. fancy. Oopsie. Oh, it's kind of off screen. I just realized. Whoops. Yeah, and it's also a little light, so you probably can't see that very well. I cleaned it off pretty good though. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let's mess around with let's just do some more brush pens. Or maybe this is too texture of paper for this. Fancy. Not very fancy, but every so often you think you're going to be like, oh, the finishing touch, and then you add something, and you're like, well, now I hate the whole thing. That's not going to dry for a long time. Maybe this one's dry. Yep, that's the nice thing about watercolor ink. Now for this neon orange, maybe. I want to see you draw a tree with a Pilot parallel pen. That brush is extremely hard. Yes, Amy. Yes, the ones that are the thicker, firmer ones, the Tombos are nice, but like anything that's really flexible ruins you. You have to have such a good control, and I mean that's why I write like this, because it's easier to control because you're either fully down or like not. You want to see a draw a tree with a Pilot parallel pen? Oh boy. Little known fact, which will actually become very apparent. I cannot draw things. I am more of a letter guy, as you could probably imagine. But how do you draw trees? Oh boy. How do you draw a tree? With, I guess I'll just, you know what? Whatever. Oh. This one out? Nope. This one's probably gummed up. Let's just, I don't know exactly what you meant, but I might just, I literally don't know what's going on. Let's do the cartoonish like tree. You can do this. Ah, I'm already failing. Does it look like a tree? That's the question. I appreciate the encouragement, but oh geez. Trying to do a calligram with this, and maybe, just maybe, we'll have something that looks vaguely like a tree, but also calligraphic. Ooh, starting to smudge it. Oh no. Mm-hmm. Fill up that white space. It's a tree. No idea. It's beautiful. Thanks. Never drawn a. I don't think I've drawn much with parallels. Oh boy. Easy peasy, no problem. Maybe I should label it that it's a tree just in case people don't know. Okay, I thought I lost it, but apparently seems to be good. Okay, everything's back. Whoops. I'm not sure what happened, but wait. Oh, worst. Wow. I don't know why this thing's being really weird. Definitely a tree. Perfect. All right, let's get this out of here. Are we still going? Is it? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's try something else. Stupid internet. Probably because everybody's on the internet right now because you can't go outside. Let's try. Try the littler one. I don't know. That is a cool blend, if I do say so myself. And it's off screen again. Dang, that's hard. Remembering. Orange and black. Kind of looks like yellow now. Art is my life. Oh, thanks. Bless you too. Oh, orange is the new. I could have done that. Orange is the new black. Never seen it myself, but it would be a reference that I'm sure somebody would appreciate because they maybe watched it. Oh, and I just. It's not exactly what I wanted to do with that flourish, but. What next? Let's go back to the ruling pen. I'm still trying to get good at that. And then I can also blend some colors too. Ooh, red and orange looks nice. I missed an eye somewhere in there, but you get the idea. There it is. Now I'm missing an L. Ruing. Calligraphy does teach you patience. Oh my gosh. The amount of times you redo things when you're trying to make a good copy of something. Damn. Also, pianist, organist, and I do organ, play guitar, play the soprano, alto, traverse, digital. Wait, soprano, alto, traverse, and so wait, are those all for ocarina? Like soprano, alto, traverse, and digital? Also, an ocarina is the only reference I know is from Zelda. So, is it that? Is it similar to that? It's a wind instrument, if I remember. Oh, sweet, man. Guitar and ocarina. Do you ever record stuff and put stuff online? Man, I'm asking a lot of yes questions. That's awesome. I'd like to see that, actually. Yo, pop me a link. I don't think there's any... I don't think there's a block on links. I don't know, though. I've never gone live before. It has music on there. Like, if it's you playing the music, it's fine, I think. Wow. But if it's like somebody else's, then suddenly YouTube's got a big old problem with it. Try some overlapping. Of all those instruments, piano, organ, guitar, and ocarina, what's the first one you learned? Because I know guitar, but it's about all I learned. Piano. It's a good start. I mean, I guess I kind of learned that, like, as a kid. I was enrolled in that, but I didn't get very far. So I think I just lost interest, which kind of kicking myself now because that would have been nice to know, but now I can read guitar tabs, not music. I play since I was dang 5. I think I was like in grade 6. What is that? Yeah, I was 11. Now it's coming together. Yeah, with all this extra time inside, you probably can practice so much. Are you working on writing some of your own stuff? Or is it for music class? What's up? Hot stuff, yo. Maybe some maybe orange is done. That's the tree one. Let's try. What else do I got here? EDM? What don't you do? That's the question. Oh, I found my eyedropper. God damn it. Yeah, send me that. Send me a link to that. I want to see that. Because I want to see the ocarina in EDM. It's important for our species. I want to see it. What else? Get some more paper. Maybe get. I'm trying to think. What do I want to do here? Like I haven't seen a link. Oh, okay. So you may have. Okay, so YouTube has actually blocked out the thing that says check out your channel. Because there's an all chat and a live chat. I did not know that. So if I just. And I can't click on your name. You can't do sculpting, playing the bagpipes, use a knife. Man, knives are hard, man. So like, I wouldn't worry about it. You got time. You got time. Okay, I'm just gonna search you on YouTube. It's just like. I don't think this is you. Nope, this is not you. How common is your name? Like, I can't click on your name, so I'm not sure. I don't see any EDM anyways. Hey! Is that you? Dude, I don't know. Play the bagpipes. I don't think anyone actually wants to do that. I could be wrong. But, just mess around with some shapes. Maybe let's do capitals. How'd you learn all that? Oops. I was gonna go live on Instagram. Oh, mostly self-taught piano. Except piano. True. Yeah, YouTube is where I learn a lot of stuff, or just the internet in general. And self-taught is and organ. Okay. How different are piano and organ? They seem the same to me, but I'm not an organ player, so I don't know. Maybe they're vastly different. Definitely keep it up. If you've already keep it up. Is awesome. Piano uses hammers and strings, and the organ uses wind moving through pipes. Yes, but they both have the same buttons, correct? Like it'll sound different, but the buttons are the same. That's my understanding. What am I looking for here? I can only do that if I mute it. Yeah, I can't do alcohol inks. Sorry, they're keys. It doesn't have buttons. My bad. Keys. Piano has keys. Organ has keys. Changed my mind. I'm gonna go try the pistons. Pistons. Where are the pistons? It's just a big old windpipe, isn't it? Maybe I should switch it up. Oh, I have an idea. Scratch this. I'll switch colors. Or how many ways can I write an A? They do play the same though, right? A piano and an organ. Nope. All right. I'm wrong. My my knowledge of organs still escapes me. Graffiti way. So what's so different about them? Oh, is freezing again? A damper pedal. Okay, yeah. The one that like holds the note. Yep. And then a pedal board, so it does multiple things. And yeah, it's definitely very big. I've seen it at the church. What else? How else do we want to rate this? How about the classic? Cheating, maybe. It's really, really complex. Oh, well. Congratulations. I wouldn't have guessed that it was harder than piano. I would not have. Maybe I should be actually teaching calligraphy too instead of just messing around. Is there anything somebody wants to know? Just type it in the chat. Because, like, I'm just messing around with fracture. Because there's a million different ways to mess around with it and try something different. Abstract. How to memorize fonts better. Just like your piano, practice is the best way. Honestly, you have to just have something in front of you and practice with it a lot. Do it so that you don't even think about what you're writing. You just know that that's that. But other than that, it's like I wish things were just like, oh, you could just memorize it so easy, but it's just not. You have to put the time in, as you probably know with your piano. You wouldn't be as good as you are if you didn't practice as much as you did. And I clearly need to practice some more, but I wish there was a quick way. That one's too similar. How about... let's try a different letter. Oh. Oh, I could try doing that. The cool writing. Because if you write fast enough... To be honest, I don't practice that much, but my teacher says I'm really, really talented. I would suggest keep practicing as well. Because though you are good, you can always be better. And I think to not practice does not help you. Exhibit A. I haven't practiced since I got a more serious job as much, so I just need to get back into the swing of things. Let's go with the basic markers. People see. Well, and practicing allows you to do things that you aren't able to do now in a better. Let's get basic paper. Basic paper. Is it basic paper? Yeah. I've learned confidently, but having a hard time remembering these letters. Gothic factor. Any tips? Well, let's see. Let's just write it down. Do you mean stroke order, Amy, or like what exactly? It's hard to remember. Where's my water? Oh, there's. Okay. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. So that's the ruling pen. Should label that. So ideally, like to remember the structure of a letter, you're always starting from the top and going to the bottom, and you're always starting from the left side. And then, so you always go top to bottom and then left to right. So that's your strokes. To remember all the little pieces on say, like, I think you're probably meaning capitals, and those are a pain, because if you look at the common Gothic it's a lot of drawing and not so much like if I did the one that particularly bugs me is the P. So when you do like a Gothic P, even though this may not be exact, to do it properly, they actually want you to kind of draw it. Like that's not even good. Ugh. Let's try that again. See, I'm even having a trouble time right now. I just need a reference. 1 second. I just do a lot of fracture, not Gothic anymore. Gothic P. Oh. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. That I forgot it. Down here, and then so what I meant for drawing is that you can't start here and twist it or else it'll get too thick. So you actually have to color it in. Like there's certain letters that just don't lend themselves well to the pen, even though they're commonly accepted as the correct one. I don't know why, but they like that. Always be left to right, top to bottom, because you can't go upwards with a black letter. I mean, you probably could, but it might bend your pen. Like, what letters are you specifically having troubles with, I guess, is what I need to know. Because it's hard to remember them, yes, but ideally, if you're doing something like good copy, I always have a reference alphabet just in case. Ideally, you want to memorize all of them, but there's things I don't know. If you have a reference, you just do it. You just Google it. You're like, as long as you know the names. I think you should know the names of the alphabets, and then you can find your reference. Let's see. Are we back? Okay, I've been trying to learn a few and guess I'm just confusing myself. Yeah, one at a time, but just do whatever you do it and kind of go like, oh, okay, I'll try something else, then do it. But to really memorize them all isn't too crucial as long as if you see a certain stroke, like a C, like a as long as you know how to do a stroke, if you see it somewhere, then you're good. It's kind of like recognizing shapes. Like originally, I didn't know how to do like certain flourishes. I was like, oh, how do you do that shape? Or there's certain you just have to know how to make the shape, and then like you can just always Google a reference of some sort. Be like, because to know them all isn't crucial. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Because at least with fracture, I don't think there is a correct version. Like I know there's some classic German ones, but I think a lot of the letters don't look the best. Like I think the fracture one is fracture is weird because like everybody's done their twist on it, and I'm gonna do that too. But to learn fracture is, let's see if I just pull up a random image. Yeah, there's like just searching that, there's like 20 different ones. So who knows? The classic Gothic you should probably know. I don't particularly like all the little feet that they all have. Like the if I was to do an M, because they always do the the it keeps dying on me. I don't know why. The internet is fine. Are people still there? Oh, carrying on. I'm back. Um, yeah, I don't know how much of that you heard because it keeps cutting out, and I guess it's just because everybody's on the internet. But hopefully that helped. I don't know if I didn't answer your question. That's fine. You can ask again. uh, oh, I want to do an unseal. See, I'm looking up. Okay. Let's pull up some unseal. I want to do like a micro unseal, a tiny version. How did everybody find my channel? I think that looks a little better. Just wondering. Honestly, buddy, I don't know. I'm just kind of messing around. I was thinking of going live on Instagram. I don't know what's better, YouTube or Instagram. I figure I have a bigger number of subscribers here, so maybe that would be better. But I think Instagram pushes it more. I don't know. What time is it? That is wrong. That is wrong. My phone is attached to this mount. It's 4:15. Maybe another hour. I don't know. I might try just keep messing around. I might try going live on Instagram, see how that goes. Or it could be limited to how good my battery is on my phone. Seems to be fine. And I think I found your channel. By the way, it wasn't easy. You raconte, like you're playing some French songs on the organ. I won't listen to it right now, but I will listen to it later, and I'll get in touch with you. Where else is? Okay, in this version. Yeah, I don't like that version though. How about that? Well, time for a refill. Your videos are low quality. Have you seen mine? I haven't seen yours yet, but mine are not too high quality. So I wouldn't worry about it. $360p. I think the channel I found is it's just a solid picture of, I think, you. I don't know. And it doesn't show you playing. It's just a picture of a guy looking off into the sunset playing it. I don't know. It does look like an organ though. So I'm going to assume that it's yours. You know when you just forget? It's just a dad at a restaurant. I did not find it. Then that's what that means. Also, you remember when you just forget what alphabet you're writing? Jeez Louise. But I don't like this one either. The actual version, I don't like. So let's change it. Yeah. I feel like YouTube's ability to search feature is just not good. And is your name common? Because it seems like it. Okay, so you're. I will not be able to find you because, like, I've just scrolled through like 30 pages of your name. And this guy's also a pianist composer. Like, what? But none of them have a dad at a restaurant. I don't know. Send me the link. Let's try. I still got space. Roman caps. That's something I'm really not good at. So let's try it. Oopsies. Bohemian Rhapsody Theater Organ. All right, well that should be easier because your name. Okay, found you. I will listen to it after the stream and just search it and find my video. I found it. I found it. It's 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Because I cannot. But I'm a huge Queen fan. Nice. He is a very. Queen is very interesting. I like. There's not. The songs are just. They keep changing. Please don't listen to my cover. Okay. Which one's the cover? I won't. I thought you said Bohemian Rhapsody theater organ. Isn't that the one? It's horrible, yes. I have not listened to it, but I promise you I will. And for the effort, it gets it will get a thumbs up. Faux show. That is a terrible color. Oh well. Oh, these. Oh, did my Crayolas dry up? Oh no. Rest in peace, Crayola. That one dried up too. Oh my gosh. They're all dried up. Not this one. He's. Favorite paper? Well, it used to be the one I recommend on my website, but over time they've decreased their quality, and now it works fine, but it's just not quite the same as it used to be. I think two that are the best are this Canson XL watercolor has been quite good. Just for anything, it adds a nice. That's what I'm using right now. It's a nice texture. Any ink on it won't really bleed. And then the other one, I still recommend on my website. It's just the Rhodia dot pad. That's good for most things. It still bleeds sometimes, but for most applications, it works really well. Those are the two best I can recommend. But I find myself using watercolor paper, and I'm not sure the brand really matters. Just because it's more absorbent and it has a nice little texture for certain alphabets and styles of calligraphy. Oopsie daisies! Wow, can't even fix it. My pointed pen is pretty darn rough, but that's okay, right? Yeah, both of them. Good. Yeah, watercolor paper has definitely been my go-to in the last while. Are you doing calligraphy right now, Amy? That's right. That's just relaxing. It's a nice little way to take it easy. What type? Messing around with the black letter, or you know your copper plate? Which I need desperately to practice. Yeah. That's the one that maybe I could do better if I practice, but it's very frustrating, that one, because like I find the pointed pen bleeds for no reason sometimes, and it just frustrates me. Ooh. Yeah, I get you. The Pilot Parallel ink it comes with, if you put it on a lot of different paper, it will bleed. For some reason, the ink that comes with it is very bleedy, but when you put it on watercolor paper, it's much, much better. But if you go to Ecoline, what I've been using as well, it basically doesn't bleed. So that's why it's my preferred paper. Real styles. What's up, Pole One? None of these fake styles. Ecoline works really well. As a pilot parallel refill, as well as you can use it for your pointed pen as well. Actually, let's demonstrate that. There's my paper towel. I find it the best alternative for ink because it works for everything. It can work for paintbrush. It fills your Pilot Parallel and your dip pen as well. And it's really easy to mix too. So if I just use some blue here. On something else. Super Speedball Super Black. But like it writes well. Like I would recommend it. For sure. Probably my most used ink because I use a lot of different pens. Back to this, whatever this is. How many? Yeah, it tons. I need a practice sheet for them, but I don't know those languages. Oopsies. It would be really hard to guess how many alphabets there are. Because of all the languages, all that. But, and then there's so many tiny variations of different alphabets that I don't know if you could, as long as you could, I don't know why I got note. Yeah, you should use a brush pen more. It's there's a lot you can do with it, really. Ah, the Calligrapher's Bible. Yes, yes. I have heard of it. It is quite good. I think I may have got a copy at one point. So there's at least 100 we know. I don't think I have just a digital version at some point, but it's a good way to get a whole bunch of reference alphabets. Do I have any extra paper? Amy, I feel you. I totally get you. Like there's so many, so easy to mix them up. Gibbs suggestion there are not zero G. Oh. Okay, let's see what I got else. Yeah, that's kind of what I would go with. I don't find my other nibs here. You're just kind of looking for a firm nib, basically. That's like the second, like, let's just go back to this example. A brush pen that has not a lot of give is very easy to control. A brush pen that has a ton of give is so much harder. Like, you can get a lot of you can get a lot of interesting shapes from it, but it's really hard to control. So anything that's firm. So the Zebra G is the go-to because it's quite firm. I don't have an example right in front of me right now, unfortunately. I can't seem to find it. Is it? I don't even know what this is, but I have it. Oh yeah, brush pens. Yeah, I honestly, and then for that, you just gotta go Tombos. They're the easiest way to practice, and they're like you can use any paper. It doesn't have to be like high quality paper because it's just work. But I think all of mine dried up. Oh no. Because you don't even need. You don't really need anything else besides just a marker and just a tilt of the marker. And you can have a brush pen. So, but I like brush pens a lot more. Then I have some really weird. Oh, this is watercolor. Yeah, it's watercolor. What else do we have in here? I like scratching this in the brush pen. I tried it too much give. Ah, yes. That would be something like this one. Like if it just basically if you touch it at all and it like if you go straight up and down and it just turns into a mess, then it's too much give. This I've kind of broken this one. Yeah, it should bend a bit, but not kill you. Where is the? I think some of these other tiny ones I also don't really like. I think it's Fudenosuke. Like they're kind of all the way down or up. There's really not too much you can do. I don't know. Sangram Campbell, I can certainly. It looks perfect. Yeah, it's either this may be right up your alley because it's either thin or thick. That's it. So, food. I think it's what is it? If you want to Google it, or maybe it was Fudenosuke or something like that. like the Tombow. It's either down or up. I don't know. Give amount. I don't know what that means. But Sandgram. Sandgram. Or is it Sandgram? Sandgram. Pilot parallel. That's awesome. I'm glad it could help. I don't. You can get them from Japan, and there's like a whole bunch of different ones, but they're all like kind of all the way down or all the way up. I've been watching this for 2 hours. Is that bad? I don't know, man. Is it bad? I've been doing this for 2 hours. Is that bad? I don't know. Probably not. I'm having fun. Hopefully everybody else is as well. Yeah, parallel pens are the way to go. It's just perfect for practice. Sandgram. Is that one you want? Is that what you wanted to see, Sandgram? I don't know where my phone is. Oh no, that's not it. There, no. Yeah, the lighting's much worse when I do that. And then now I can try to mess around with the when did I start learning? Probably 2021. So that was not the year, my age. So that was 5 years ago. So there you go. So 2015, 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. I just saw a lot of Instagram posts, and then I saw some Reddit posts, and then I saw Calligraphy, which was pretty cool. So right now I'm mixing blue and orange Ecoline by filling it with blue and dipping it into orange. So that's what makes it go crazy. That's what I like doing, because then it just dipped until it runs, and then slowly starts becoming blue again. And thanks, Amy. Some brands do not mix well. I would just suggest mixing from the same brand. That's why I bought a rack of the Ecoline. It's like it's a little bit on the pricey side, but obviously I bought it like 5 years ago, and I'm still going through it. And there's something actually I wanted to test because I wanted to write on black paper with the Pilot Parallel, but I've never really been able to. But I bought some white ink a while ago that I was not able to use yet. So let's try a white one. Oh. Uh-oh. I can't open it. Sometimes this one's fine because the situation. Hey, drop next while. So I appreciate your concern. Once this blows over, which should, I'll be back on the workforce and that'll be fine. But until then, I'm just kind of chilling. So figured I'd do some calligraphy and chill out. I'm having some serious troubles cutting this off. Did I glue this in? Like, it's actually just... Oh, okay, there you go. Not sure why that happened, but anyways, let's try this white ink. Thanks for liking my style. I'm gonna be releasing some sort of dragon font practice sheet at some point. I just have that piece of paper still from earlier. So I'll be releasing some sort of practice sheet mimicking that. Hopefully, probably in the next little bit because I don't really have too much else to do. But yeah, I'll be working on something like that, and hopefully that's of interest. It'll be a premium practice sheet, but I mean, if you email me and say I was on your stream, I'll give it to you for free or whatever. Let's see what this does. I want to try. Let's see. Black paper. I have it somewhere. Okay. I'm going to try this white ink. Hopefully this writes, because I've heard that sometimes this can get really too thick for the Pilot Parallel, but we'll see. having a rough go of it. That's good to hear. Draw. I guess I'll call you Draw. Because like this, just to break it down into smaller bits, I found that helped me, so that that's why I. Oh, I know. It's really not wanting to flow. Okay, it's starting to, but it doesn't like it. Hi, Celia. It's me, Richard, if you didn't know. Okay, this is not as promised. I followed someone else's tutorial online with the white ink. Maybe this is why I test it first. Work. Like it, but then it's like so thin. I don't know. It's really like. Try again. Or maybe it just takes some real agitation before it does anything. Okay, it's starting to write now. It's not bad. That is faint. Oh well. That's what we got.